free from dishonesty and undue worry.
With your Christian life, with your spiritual life. With this, you grow in spirit, you grow in physical. So anything you will lay your hand on it shall be prospered for you. It's not that you just collect the amure. No, you have to work for it. After this one, this is calling us to challenge, to do the more work to God. And I pray God will help us in the name of Jesus.
Evangelist Araola warned against the temptation to acquire things through dishonest means, noting that such actions separate believers from God's blessing. He also cautioned against overburdening oneself with material pursuits and anxiety, urging members to trust in God's provision and live with gratitude. And the service concluded with prayers for God's guidance, provision, and peace for all Christians. Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Pelu studio at Akojopo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola, a Canadian who sailed on the cruise ship MV Ondios, which was hit by hantavirus outbreak in April, has tested positive for the disease. According to officials from the province of British Columbia, the victim is one of the 4 people isolating on Vancouver Island after leaving the ship had developed mixed symptoms. The province senior health officer said the 4 had not had any contact with the public since arriving in Canada. The case brings the total number of infections to 11, all among cruise passengers. 3 people who travel on the ship have died, with 2 confirmed to have had the virus. The cruise ship, which set sail from Argentina on 1st of April, docked in Spain Canary Island less than a week ago, allowing 247 passengers and crew from 23 countries to leave and go into isolation. Swatch has closed its store in cities across the UK after hundreds of people queue outside branches, eager to buy a new limited edition watch. The Swiss firm said it will not open its branches in London in light of safety. Stores in Birmingham, Cardiff, Glasgow, Liverpool, Manchester and Sheffield will also remain closed. The firm have been due to launch its new Royal Pop pocket watch with 8 models priced from £335. However, the watch has been put on resale online for up to £16,000. The company later urged people not to rush to the store in large numbers to acquire the product, as it needed to ensure the safety of both customers and staff. And that ends the news from Pelu studio.
Welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat studio, Akojopo FM, United States. I am Oluwasegun Soya. The World Health Organization, WHO, declared on Saturday that the spread of the Ebola virus in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda was a global health emergency. The announcement was made a day after Africa's leading public health authority reported that an outbreak in a province in the northeast of the country was linked to dozens of suspected deaths. By Saturday, cases had also been confirmed in Kinshasa, Congo, in Kampala, Uganda, the capital cities of each country, according to the WHO. In Congo, the tourist province where the outbreak was first detected, 246 suspected cases and 80 deaths linked to the virus had been reported, although only 8 cases were confirmed through laboratory testing. According to the WHO, there is no approved vaccines or treatment for the Bundibujo species of Ebola responsible for the outbreak, which it declared a public health emergency of international concern. The WHO's declaration signals a public health risk requiring a coordinated international response and is intended to prompt members' countries to prepare for the virus to spread and to share vaccines, treatment, and other resources needed to contain the outbreak. At least 4 people, including 3 in the Moscow region, were killed after Ukraine launched its largest overnight drone attack on the Russian capital in more than a year, according to local officials. A 4th person was killed in the Belgorod region bordering northeastern Ukraine, while Russia's defense ministry said by midday more than 1,000 Ukrainian drones had been downed over the country in the past 24 hours. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky had vowed retribution on Friday, following Russia's heaviest drone and missile attack on Kyiv over a 2-day period since the war started more than 4 years ago. And that ends the news from Kule Amzat studio, Akojopo FM, United States. I am Oluwasegun Soya.
Welcome back once again. Now, in the exciting world of sports, Chelsea have appointed former Liverpool midfielder Xabi Alonso as their manager on a 4-year contract starting in July. The 44-year-old Spaniard was available after leaving Real Madrid by mutual consent in January, less than 8 months into a 3-year contract, as he previously spent 3 years in charge of Bayer Leverkusen, leading the German club to their first Bundesliga title in 2024, as well as the German Cup. Confirmation of Alonso's arrival comes a day after Chelsea lost the FA Cup final to Manchester City, with the Blues hoping it will bring stability to the club after they had two permanent managers this season, Enzo Maresca and Liam Rosenoy, while Callum FC Phelan is in a second spell as interim boss, a role he will continue for the final two Premier League games. Alonso spent 5 years in the Premier League with Liverpool, helping them win the Champions League in 2005, and also played for Real Sociedad, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich, and also made 114 appearances for Spain, winning the 2010 World Cup and the European Championship twice. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Tech specialist backs AI integration to bridge content broadcasting in Nigeria. Oyo adapt national guidelines to cut maternal deaths. Canadian from antivirus hit cruise ship test positive. WHO declares Ebola outbreak global health emergency. Zabi Alonso named Chelsea's third boss in year.
Don't forget that you can listen to us live on our website www.agidigbo88.7fm.com. You can also download our mobile app on Google Play Store and iOS. Simply search for Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Follow us on Facebook at Agidigbo 88.7 FM, on Twitter and Instagram at Agidigbo 887 FM, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have news stories and tips for us, contact our newsroom on 070-8714-4865 or send us a mail on newsroom@agidigbo887fm.com.
And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Olamide Badmos. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information